Now today, um, it didn't happen today. It happened a couple of days ago, but it it actually happened. I think it was maybe Wednesday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Um, and I am highly upset. I'm highly upset and I'm highly disappointed at the school. Um, and I wanted to say this. I'm trying to leave it right now because I just jumped on live. I thought you was gonna stay in there for a minute.
I guess I can. Now find my gas.
But anyway,
Oh, let me see my phone.
um,
I hear the background.
I I wanted to say that I'm bringing awareness to this school because this is crazy. Um, my kids don't go to the school no more, so I'm not worried about the safety concerns anymore because it's official. My kids will not be going to the school. Um, the school um, is called Browns Ferry Elementary School. The principal is Miss Tawana Grant. Um, so let me explain the situation. So my daughter has emotional. She's a very emotional child.
Yo, you about to
Um,
leave right now?
it's not triggered by anxiety. It's not triggered by just random outbursts. It's just when she gets upset, she gets upset. Okay, she starts crying like crying. She gets upset, and she's always been that way since she was an itty bitty baby. If she fell down, it was the last fall down on earth. She's always been that way. Um, it got worse. If y'all know the past situations, if not, go back and watch it. But it got worse after that. But it's not triggered by anxiety. It's not triggered by any kind of just random trauma outburst. So, anyways, so let me tell y'all what happened before it got to the point where the principal did what she did. So, during the day, she said she was happy, she was excited. Around the afternoon, she got upset because she was talking during class, and her teacher decided that she was going to take away her recess. So she said she got upset. She started crying. It wasn't upset like she was throwing things and she started yelling. She was just crying. So the kids in her classroom decided it was funny and started to laugh at her because she was crying. So instead of the teacher just saying, "Hey, y'all cut that out. It's not funny that she's upset." Instead, she goes up to her. This is the assistant teacher. Her name is Miss Haynes. She goes up to her and tells her, "You keep crying, they're going to continue to laugh at you. They're going to laugh at you more. You're going to make them want to laugh at you more." So my daughter in turn gets upset. She's like crying and she's really crying. So of course they couldn't calm her down at this point. Like I said, it's the end of the day. Usually after recess, you pack up, get your book bag, you start going out the door. Well, instead of her doing that, instead of her teacher doing that, her teacher decides that someone needs to come get her because now she's at the point where she's screaming, she's crying. and nobody can calm her down, so someone needs to come pick her up. Well, it's the end of the day. So I don't know if my husband got the phone call or I got the phone call. We were busy getting ready for the kids to get off the bus. So in the midst of all that, I guess we missed the phone call that we were supposed to get. Not to mention, she didn't say that she called us. I'm just assuming that she tried to call us. And by she, I mean the principal. So she decides, the teacher says, you clean up your mess, clean up, after you got finished with your work and stuff like that. You clean up and wait for the principal to come down and get you. You won't be lining up to go to the buses. So my daughter cleans up her little area, puts her, books back in her desk and stuff like that, cleans up. And she said she sat down and waited for the principal to come. The principal comes, takes her to the office, doesn't say anything to the bus driver, takes her to her office, brings her back to the classroom, sits her in the classroom, and refuses to take her to the bus lane. So, on my end, I'm sitting here, it's 2:30. I see my two little boys walk through the door. So I'm like, okay, maybe she's at the mailbox or something, I always watch them come in, like the way it's set up. They literally park in front of the house and let them out. So I always see them come down the driveway. So I said, well, maybe she's still at the mailbox or... So they come through the door and I'm like, where's your sister? Oh, the bus driver said that she didn't get on the bus. What? At this point, my heart just fell. And I'm like, why didn't she get on the bus? Oh, she didn't get on the bus. The bus driver said she didn't know why she didn't get on the bus. She just didn't get on the bus. So I was like, calm down. Let me call the school. Let me find out if she's still at the school for whatever reason. So I called the school. The receptionist tells me, turn that off. The receptionist tells me, I'm hearing myself echo. The receptionist tells me that my daughter did not get on the bus because the principal wanted someone to pick her up. I'm like, what? I said, she can't make that decision. Did the bus driver, make the decision that she couldn't get on the bus? She said, let me let you talk to the principal who's over that situation because I have nothing to do with that. So I'm sitting on hold and I'm like, meanwhile, I'm going crazy because my mind is racing. I still don't know what happened to my child. What's the reason why she didn't get on the bus? So I talked to the principal. And the principal's like, oh yeah, she was screaming and crying. I could not put her on the bus. I could not get her out of this building. So I'm like, so you mean to tell me you asked my daughter to get on the bus to go home with her brothers and she refused to go? She said, no. I just made the decision not to put her on the bus because I felt that she would be a disruption to the other students on the bus. At this point, I am furious because not only did you scare the shit out of me, but you also caused a serious safety issue because I could have just assumed that something happened and called 911. So I'm yelling at this point. I said, you cannot make that decision. That was for the bus driver, and that was for you to make the decision before the buses came if you wanted someone to come pick her up. You do not make that decision, ma'am. Uh, I said, did you even take her to the bus lane to tell the bus driver that you was not going to let her on the bus? No, ma'am. I did not. I did not take her out of this building. I said, how do you know that I have the proper transportation today to come pick up my child? Well, if you don't come get her, I'll get a social worker to come get her and she'll get home by other means. I said, I'm coming to get my child. I just wanted to know, what was your rationality in this whole situation? I said, I'm going to come get her. And like I said, I'm yelling at this point. I said, I'm going to come get my child and I'm going to withdraw my child and I'm going to talk to the district. I said, because this was outrageous. This was a seriously dangerous situation that you not only put me in, but my child as well, because I could have assumed the worst. This lady said, okay, Miss Jackson, and hung up the phone. It wasn't, no, I'm sorry that I concerned you. Um, I'm I was just really upset in the situation. You know, things were overwhelming and I felt blah, blah, blah. None of that. It was just, okay, Miss Jackson, click.
Mommy?
Mm,
Are you still using that charger?
yes, I am. Um, yeah, I have my son with me. I've been running around all day. I did call the district. I spoke to the superintendent over the elementary schools, and he did give me the approval. He said he was going to call her and speak to her. He said, no, ma'am, you can't be telling me that she just decided that it was okay to keep her off the bus. I said, sir, I tell you no lie. This woman said she decided for the bus driver, for the school, that she was not going to send this child on the bus. And she did not inform anyone in the transportation that she normally gets that she was going to do this. He said, it has to be more to the story. Because if you're talking like that, that's against the law. I said, yes, I know. I know this. So he said that he was going to call her. I don't know what happened, but he said he was going to do what's called an administrative review. And he was going to get back to me. Now, I did speak to him after this situation. And he just said, you know, as soon as you put in the transfer papers to get them to a new school, I would approve them. He didn't, you know, elaborate, because I know a lot falls on this. Not only could the school get in trouble, but also the district. And from what my understanding is, the district is a great school. Like, district. Like, it is. There's nobody that I spoke to in the district that has been like, oh, it's okay, it's fine for her to do, you know, what she's doing. Nobody. So I don't I don't know, you know, what the new norm is or what the new situations are with school rules. I'm not a school teacher. I'm not a principal. I have no years in education, but I do know morally that wasn't good. Yeah. Yeah, they were like, you know what? Just go ahead, put in the transfer. As soon as you find a school that has an opening, give us a call. We'll approve it. Like, anybody I had to speak to two people, because today I had to speak to the director of the select schools, because this is one of the select schools. Hi, Audrey. This is one of the select schools, so I had to speak to her, the director of that program as well. So I don't even know how you get on a select school, but I'm pretty sure after speaking to the director, yeah, she was like, because I'm going to touch base with the principal as well. So I'm pretty sure she won't be in the select schools anymore. Um, but yeah, she gave me, after hearing what happened, she gave me the okay as well. She was like, yeah, as soon as you get the paperwork in, it's okay. Because I spoke to someone at the elementary school that I'm looking at, and the guidance counselor was like a little confused as to why I was taking them out, because we literally got like 45 days before the school year ends. And she was like, why would you want to take them out this late? It's late in the year. But anybody who's just heard that situation can understand. Mm-mm. You had no safety regard for my daughter. None whatsoever at that point. The only thing you were thinking about is the fact that we missed her. I'm just assuming that she called. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so we've been dropping them off. Normally we don't even do the bus thing, but being that the bus was like right in front of the house, the bus stop is like literally right in front of the house. That's the reason why we do the bus here. But we have no problem driving them back and forth to school. We usually do that because we don't really like, we don't like the school buses. It's to me, it's like, look here, Earl. This is my husband's work truck, so that doesn't matter to me. This is not my car. My car is at home being fixed on, but you probably wouldn't know nothing about that. But yeah, yeah, this is my husband's work truck. Um, but yeah, we normally doesn't we don't do the school buses because there's some horror stories with that. I just tell you to put yourself on timeout. But yeah, so that was the situation. That was so scary, and like I said, I am fed up. I'm done. Um, there was a lot before this. Um, especially with my son. He has IEP, and the principal really wasn't trying to get his IEP started. Like, it was so bad that she called CPS on me to try. I don't know. I don't know, Dominique. But to try to put the blame on me that I hadn't said anything to the school. I hadn't said anything to the district. I hadn't told her nothing about him needing an IEP. Um, and of course, that was unfounded because I've been saying that he needed an IEP since kindergarten. And he started kindergarten in her school. And she left him back. Okay. And we moved to a different place. And I guess the school never sent over the records, so he was moved up a grade. He was not kept back, but he was supposed to be kept back, and he was not kept back. And the new school, um, being that they moved him up, they still, but we knew that this school was a grade F. Like, the school that Browns Ferry that they were previously at, like I said, they were supposed to be a select school. It's what's called a magnet school, where only a few applications get put in. But the problem with the school is that they don't have any special education services. They don't have a counselor. So like if your child gets upset, they don't have a counselor. They don't even have a guidance counselor. Okay? They have one hallway
Excuse me, mommy.
and one teacher for each grade. What happened?
And what percent is your phone on?
The percent where you're gonna wait because playing games on daddy's phone is not that not that important.
Okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to be taking a break from devices, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. By the way, that was recommended by his doctor. He's seen him today, but yeah, they don't have any kind of Earl. You're likely to get arrested, okay? Because we don't just beat our children into okay mental health. Actually, that has been shown to do the opposite. I need you to get some better parenting there, Earl. If you are a parent, which I doubt. Which I highly doubt. Yeah. I know. I don't know why he just don't leave. Obviously he don't like the conversation. He said the car that I was in was dirty and he don't like the conversation, so I don't know why he just don't leave, Audrey. It would make more sense. But that right there, that statement, yeah. I'm pretty sure you don't have kids, or if you do, God bless them. Because no, we just don't beat our kids. But anyways, so yeah, so now I have transferred. I spoke to the Magna director, and she's like, I'm gonna talk to her too. So I don't know. My father-in-law was talking like, maybe because his father and his mother went to the school. So they're like, maybe she's the last straw before they close the school down. Because when I tell you I had a time today trying to get these kids transferred because so many of these schools were like locked tight. They had no room. They was like, we don't have any room. We don't have any room. So I was like, oh gracious. Now I am waiting for a phone call from the principal for one school. And he was taking a special needs child. So being that as I said, my son is special needs. He was taking a special needs child. So she said maybe the guidance counselor said maybe he might take the other children so that I don't have to split them up. So she gave all the information and I'm waiting for him to call because he wasn't in today. So I'm waiting for him to call. And I hopefully, because that school's closer than the school that I had to choose. So hopefully I get the okay, but I'm not trying to keep them out of school too long. Yeah, I'm really especially the fact that I recognize mental health, and I've had a counselor tell me with my son that does nothing. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I've spanked him when he was little for like sticking things, and it has to be a serious situation, but I've even stopped that. Like, I'll just try to avoid them from doing the serious situation. But like, he would stick things in the outlets, and like, I would tell him, you don't want to do that, that'll hurt you, and he would still stick things in the outlets. So I spanked him, and he went right back to doing it. So that doesn't because them and yeah, you know what, Earl, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? Okay? Because you don't know what she's doing. She could be parenting her niece and nephew. Okay? I know if my niece and nephew are over, I'm not going to sit there and just ignore them. Okay? I'm not going to say, well, they're jumping on the beds, and if one of them fall off the top bunk, I'm not going to say anything. No, I'm going to tell them to stop and cut it out and get down. And if they don't stop, then I will remove them from the room. There's other things, see, Earl? There's other things that you can do besides a belt. It's called using your mouth, you know? Mouth. Anyways, put that money down, sir.
Can I
Thank you.
go with Daddy?
You want to go with Daddy?
Yeah, that's in the house.
Why?
The bird being in his truck.
Hold on. I gotta make sure the street is safe. And it's not right now.
I know. No.
Yeah. Wait for this car to pass. Wait for this car. Wait for this car. Come on, car.
There's two. No, there's three now.
Oh, you might be waiting a good minute. He wants to go in the house with his father. So I have to watch him cross the street. See? Like, you don't know the situation at all. Talking about we're forgetting. No, we're not forgetting where we come from.
Mom is ready.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, we're not. We're breaking that's what you call generational curses. You know, and if you don't believe, that's what you call following the law, because it is against the law to just beat your kids, you know, for just anything nowadays. Yeah, I do too, Audrey. My mother was an alcoholic, so she used to just beat me just because she was angry. And if I was around, you know, I just got whacked upside the head. I was, you know, called all kind of outlandish things because she felt like it. I even thought the B word was my name. That's how much she called me out my name. So, you know. Okay. Well, I tell you what. A white man, black man, because it doesn't matter what man, is going to knock on your door because you're beating them kids. Okay? Hi, Magic World. I'm going to say hi. I was looking at the kids get out of school. No, I didn't become a better person at all. No, I'm not going to tell you too much, but no. Yeah, exactly, Audrey. What is he talking about? I went back and seen your message, typo, and look. I wasn't trying to figure out what. I knew what was wrong with my mama. My mama was, when some people drink, it messes with your cognitive, which is your brain, abilities. So, when you get drunk to the point that you're passing out, in bushes, yeah, I would suppose that you wouldn't care who you hit or what you say. All right, y'all. I'm finna jump off here because we're finna go. I gotta go pick up my son's medication. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to get on here. Did I forgive her? I did. Thank you, Magic Girl. I did forgive my mom. But she showed me what that got me. So I still forgive my mom, but I just don't forget what she put me through. So I don't associate with her anymore. Yeah. All right, bye y'all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see y'all in the next one.